A young couple lose their land to a developer. Let's have a look. Hello everyone, Florian.Heise here, and welcome to another episode of HeiseSays. Grab your stein of coffee, everyone. Let's have a look at this article from news.com.au about a young couple, well, that have lost out on their land because of a sunset clause. This is a sad one, guys. Gold Coast buyers who've had their contracts cancelled fear the developers used a rare loophole to resell their blocks for more money. Written by Chantel Francis on news.com.au. Prospective homeowners in Queensland have been left devastated and fear they were taken advantage of after their contracts were cancelled by a developer on a technicality. And a local MP wants the legal loophole fixed as a matter of urgency to stop the immoral behaviour. The buyers signed contracts and paid deposits for land on Pitta Street, Hillview Estate, on the Gavin Arterial Road in Moudsland last year. Let's hope they got their deposits paid back. But some claim, so this hasn't been proven, the Brisbane-based developer, MetaCap Developments, has terminated their contract using a sunset clause, which puts a time limit on a contract's validity. Now, okay, before we go any further, you've got to realise, right now, on the side of the developers here, how much of a nightmare has it been getting builders to do any work, getting product, getting materials? What happens if, within this period, they haven't been able to get anyone to even quote on it, or they haven't been able to get the materials? They can't. It's impossible for them to deliver the project under the terms of this contract. So they're either going to go bust, or they need to use the sunset clause for what it is, or they need to tell the people who've paid a deposit the cost of your house is now tripled or doubled. Okay, that's just what I'm saying. We gotta, we like bashing developers and property people here in the media. Okay, I understand, but you've got to look at it from both sides, everyone. Think about it, a developer here, prices are just going up and up and up and up and up. It's just going nuts. Steel's getting more expensive. Concrete's getting more expensive. Everyone is so busy because for some reason, I'm trying to think, the market was overheated. I don't know why. Maybe it could be just this little thing here, home builder. Tens of thousands of people getting government money given to them, okay, to pull projects forward. Now we'll have to see if that results in a kind of a lull in projects or if people just keep powering on. We'll have to see. But there you go, guys. And I know there'll be the lefty architects crying, and I see them all on LinkedIn. We should have built sustainable housing for the homeless. It's not about that, guys. This isn't so rich twats or middle class people can get free money to build a pool or to build an extension. It's because when the government spend money on their left-wing social housing, they only get 15 grand worth of expenditure for every 15 grand they spend. Okay, that's the economic activity they get. Where here, if they give people $15,000, they have to spend a minimum of $150,000 as well. So what they're doing is they're encouraging people to spend on projects that they would have otherwise. They're getting 10x their economic stimulus for it. That's the reason. And this is one of the reasons why both sides of politics, left and right, love using housing to stimulate the economy. Remember the building education revolution, guys? Remember that? Let me bring up this chart here. Okay, we had the building education revolution. I keep seeing in the comments people talking about how Rudd saved us from the recession. No, he didn't, guys. We were saved from the recession because China has great demand for our natural resources, and they went nuts on a construction spree. That's kind of what we're hoping will happen again to keep us going. There's all the rhetoric in the news that China and Australia hate each other, but they're still buying our iron ore. Part of that, the saving of our economy by Rudd and his mob, aside from having people die by installing insulation bats, that gets me really pissed off when I think about that, because I know the embodied energy in those things and how long it'll take to pay back. Not worth lives. Not worth lives. This is what happens when the government overheats a sector. But anyway, this is our education results. There you go. I mean, we're getting worse and worse. I would say this is not really showing you that the building education revolution didn't work. I would say, building a new stadium or a new auditorium by demolishing an old one is never going to improve grades. It's kind of bullshit. That is. The problem with our education is our curriculum. There's way too much in there, everyone. And this is from a parent who's involved in distance ed schooling. So we go through the curriculum. We see what they all want to put in there and how they weave all this political, ideological stuff in subjects like mathematics. Okay? No, we don't want to count the number of rainbow serpents on a boomerang to work out an addition. You just want to do bloody maths. Okay? That's it. Mathematics. Save your political, ideological stuff for the ABC. That's what you pay for it anyway. Anyway, back to this. I've gone way off topic once again. Back to this poor couple. So I playing both sides here. I put on why I think the developer may want to pull out of the project, guys, if it's all gone, because these are extenuating circumstances. Okay? So, Rachel Kelly and her husband Josh, who paid their deposit in April last year, fear Metacap delayed the project to use the clause and then resell the blocks. Okay, so there's no evidence that this actually happened. This is their claim, that they're going to the media and everyone will bang their chest. But what if the project couldn't happen? How many people bought blocks here? How many lives have essentially been affected? And how much money are we going to lose just because they want to make more money and take advantage of the market? She told 9 News. That's what she says. I mean, maybe it happened. Maybe that's it. Maybe they're just greedy developers. I don't know though. Another buyer who said his contract was cancelled, Craig Jensen, told the Gold Coast Bulletin that the situation had caused extreme distress, and due to the surge in house and land prices since his first purchase, he was now priced out of the market. He had signed his contract in May last year. Myself, my wife, and 2 children moved to the Gold Coast for a lovely lifestyle and to build a family home that we could live in for many years to come, he said. Developers in New South Wales and Victoria cannot use sunset clauses for financial gain after the states made both changes to the legislation last year. Local MP Mark Boothman has written to the Queensland Attorney General to ask that their state do the same. Understandably, families affected by the action of this developer are devastated and are in disbelief, he told news.com.au. At a time of year we should all be celebrating and spending time with our families, the actions of this unscrupulous developer has destroyed the festive Christmas cheer for their families. Well, we haven't heard the side of the developer yet, have we? Okay? I mean, maybe they are. I mean, okay, come on. I don't really work with developers. The few times that I have been just such a pain in the ass. I found they're such cheap clients. Really cheap clients. Just screw you down in the fees, and it's not worth it for me. But I mean, other architects love doing it, I guess. In Queensland, a developer who sells properties off the plan can deliberately delay projects so they can enact a sunset clause for financial gain. This allows unethical developers to cash in on booming property prices. Okay, they didn't respond. So, well, here's the one mistake. You're buying off the plan. Okay? That's one mistake right here. Buying off the plan. I'm not a fan of it ever, but it's part of the risks you take. So let's have a talk about this one, guys. So, I don't know. I mean, I see both sides. Dodgy ass developer doing, stretching out the project, but it's just been insane times, guys. It has been utterly insane times. This is part of the risk you take when you buy off the plan. And even if they couldn't sell it for profit, if the politician who's using this for political purposes, like they always do, and that's how they do, they intervene in the market. What would have happened if they'd have pushed cost increases for construction onto the clients? We'll have to see, guys. We'll have to see. You have to keep an eye on it, see what actually happened, both sides of it. Either the developer's really dodgy, or the whole thing is a mess, or they're just waiting to on-sell it later. What do you reckon? I can see both sides happening. I can see the developer being dodgy. I can see him being fine. I can see it being a nightmare. But this is what happens, guys, when you buy off the plan, okay? Another advantage of buying secondhand, I guess. But then there's a whole lot of risk for that too. Or maybe you want to wait until they've actually started building the property before you buy. But in a crazy market, that's easier said than done. Anyway, guys, thanks for watching. I want you to check out this episode of an ex-Macca's worker with 40 houses. Come on, what are you doing wrong, guys? Hey, at least it's not the 6-year-old who had a house bought for him for Christmas. Anyway, take care, and I'll see you all in the next episode. Bye for now.